Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time again, and I forgot to turn the camera on. Just as I was prepping everything, and I thought I won't actually turn the camera and the lights on. Hey, so we've got a new Prime Minister, and she's been announcing her cabinet, and that means we've got a new Health Secretary. Yes, we have Therese Coffey as Health Secretary. Here she is. As you can see, ideal candidate. But Therese Coffey has said, look, I'm not a role model. I like a cigar and my booze. You know. Oh, Darren, are you body shaming people? Is that what you're doing? No, it's for comic effect more than anything else. Yeah, I'm sure she's going to be great. But yeah, Liz Truss's plans to freeze energy bills will cost us £150 billion. But she'll also have to halve inflation by 5.2% by next summer. Good luck. Good luck. At the moment, Prime Minister's question time is on. Yeah, and Kwasi Kwarteng has been announced as the Chancellor of the Exchequer. He's been involved in the government before, but yeah, the 6'5" strapping fellows. He was on University Challenge back in 1995. And he managed to drop the F-bomb twice. So I like the cut of his jib. I like the cut of his jib there. Meanwhile, Putin, our beloved despot, Mr. Putin. Oh, who do you think you are freezing, Mr. Putin? If you think old England's done. He said Russia's going to cut off energy supplies if price caps are imposed to Russia's oil and gas exports, warning the West would be frozen like a wolf's tail, referring to a famous Russian fairy tale. He told an annual economic forum in the far eastern port of Vladivostok that the European call for price caps on Russian gas was stupid and lead to higher global prices. Well, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, won't we? No? Good luck. Good. This is good news. Good news. The Euro millions, 110 million. It was one. Has been claimed by a single UK winner. Wasn't me. Bastards. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Sports news. Chelsea. Do you follow the football? Chelsea. Well, the manager, Thomas Tuchel. I can't. He's been sacked. He's only been there for 100 days. And he's been sacked by the owner, Todd Bowley. Apparently the players had lost faith in him. Let's have a look at his little miserable face. Should we have a look at him? There we go. That's what he look. Look. He's just got the news. You can tell he's staring off into distance. Oh, if only I could win. Trick is, right, any of these managers, all you got to do, right, is you go, guys, this round thing, you put it in the net. Round thing in the net. This net. And that's all you've got to say to them, and then they'll win every time. They'll score every time. But don't worry, because they've got a plan. They have got a plan, because they're going to announce his replacement soon. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Ted Lasso. Absolutely, Ted Lasso. Now that's, many of you won't even know that, won't get the reference to that joke because you haven't watched Ted Lasso. And shame on you, for it's one of the best British sitcoms on at the moment, which you can only see on Apple TV Plus. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, but I really enjoy it. Series 3's coming up. I think they're finishing filming it. Can't wait to see it. Talking of TV, do you like TV? Do you like TV? Have you been watching House of the Dragon? Have you been watching Lord of the Rings, Rings of the Power? Have you been watching it? Well, apparently, now I don't know. There's online. There are a lot of people that don't like these shows. It's because it's a bit stupid. But apparently, there's a lot of racism. Because one of the stars, Steve Toussaint, who plays, oh God, he plays is it Valerian? Oh God, I haven't learned all the names yet. I've got to learn all the names. Here he is, looking handsome with his blonde dreads. He's been subject to racist abuse apparently because people are stupid. Because you can't have any, I don't know, black characters in Game of Thrones, even though there were black characters in Game of Thrones. I just, you know. And also in Rings of Power, they've got black elves, I think, and black hobbits. Again, Lenny Henry's in it as a well, they're not hobbits in that. I think they're called something, half-foots or something, half-foots. But yeah, Ishmael Cruz Cordova plays Orondir, and here he is looking. He's like he went down in a big tunnel. It was exciting. It was. I like that bit. It's all scary, and he's been getting it in the neck too because you can't be a black dwarf. Why not? You have a white dwarf. Why can't you have a black dwarf? See that white dwarf is a star. Black dwarf. I'm too good for you people. But yeah, and it's spurned Whoopi Goldberg to come out and condemn. Here's a picture of Whoopi, just in case you've forgotten what she looks like. She said she's told the fans you should go and get a job if you're racist and you don't like the characters in House of the Dragon and Lord of the Rings. If you don't like these characters, just go and get. And she's got a point. She's got a point, really. I'm with Whoopi. Remember, if Whoopi Goldberg had married Peter Cushing, she'd be Whoopi Cushing. I love that joke. That is the best joke in the world. I love that joke. Good news, everybody. Another 50,000 businesses will go bust and more than 500,000 jobs will be lost in the worst economic crisis the UK has ever faced, unless Liz Truss, our new leader, can help firms pay their energy bills. This is a study by Dr. Nicola Headlam. She's a chief economist at business data analytics firm Red Flag Alert, and again they don't put many flattering pictures up. What happened there? Is that a Tinder picture? I guess, I don't know. But yeah, she's warned that there's major economic hardships. We know that. We're doomed. It's all Putin's fault. We're doomed, I tell you. We're doomed. Yeah. But we're going back to a story we covered earlier in the year. Do you remember I was talking about vabbing? Do you remember vabbing? Well, the Daily Mail, they've gone with a story because again we covered this. A TikTok influencer was promoting the idea of vabbing. If you want to get the ideal partner, you got to vab. And I don't know if you know what vabbing is. It's like dabbing, but you ladies, you use your lady part secretions. Just a dab behind your ear, and apparently it can get you. You can net you the ideal man. Apparently, well, Tracy Cox has written an article here where she reckons it works, and it's not nothing. It's not new. It's not again. It's the old, it's all the sex scent, isn't it? It's like an aphrodisiac. And yeah, she was talking to an evolutionary biologist about it when she appeared on Women's Hour, and yeah, they reckon it might just work. But it isn't to do with pheromones, apparently. It's actually, they reckon it's actually a psychological thing, because it gives you more confidence, and you know, can even be an aphrodisiac, apparently. Yeah, yeah. But we jump from one bodily fluid to another. I've got a lot of bodily fluids in today's show. You know, if you can call it a show. Mrs. is rolling her eyes at me. That corned beef sandwich was lovely. So we go from one bodily fluid to another, and this is Amanda Booth, who's Canadian. She's from that there Canada, right? And she's an artist, and she documents her work on TikTok, and it's called TikTok because that's the sound of the brain cells rattling together. She has more than 188,000 followers, and one of her clips has racked up more than 5.8 million views. Well, considering at the height of my original channel, I got 10 million views, so she's got a bit of a way to go yet. But what she does is she makes jewellery, and I'll show her some of the jewellery here. Let me see. There we go. There it is. She's got the earrings and the necklace and everything. And you think, that's nice. She's a pretty good jeweller, isn't she? She's very good at the old jewellery making. And here she is preparing, you know, whoops, that's Ted Lasso. I'll get it right in a minute. There she's preparing her ingredients for the jewellery that she makes, you know. And there, it's some really pretty jewellery. But she's got a secret ingredient to her jewellery. And do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's her husband's baby gravy. Yeah. So when she puts on that necklace, she really has got a pearl necklace of sorts. No, my husband can't come out. He's too busy making the ingredients for my next creation, she often says. But he's got very, very strong wrists. Very strong wrists. But yeah, she has actually invited people to send samples in so she can use other people's samples in what she's coined Jizz jewellery. You know, we're doomed as a species. You do know that. We're actually doomed. But she says it's safe because STIs and other infections, they don't survive too long outside in the air. So she's not worried about the ickiness. But yeah, she reckons her jewellery's selling like hotcakes. But that leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Again, you wouldn't want to, you know, some women put their jewellery in their mouth sometimes, don't they? Tastes a bit. Oh, he's had asparagus. But yeah, she's also used breast milk, but she draws the line at feces, because then she'd be making shit jewellery. And she takes custom orders. Yeah, she says, yeah, she just has to knock them out. All right, okay. So you want more bodily fluids? Okay, we're doing more bodily fluids. This was at the Equality and Human Rights Commission last Friday. There was a protest. I guess you could call it a dirty protest, because a load of trans activists turned up and started. Yeah, I'm just gonna go pouring piss everywhere. Yeah, that is bottles of piss. And again, they were protesting about the EHRC because they're revising their policy because they don't want men in dresses, you know, cocks and bollocks in female spaces because, you know, biology and stuff. And yeah, this delightful character turned up. There was quite a few. I think it was 19 people there. well, then started pouring piss on his head, and as you can see, he's quite aroused by it. He's enjoying it. That day, the showers really were golden. Golden. I feel a bit bilious. I shouldn't have gone here. This is a dark and murky path to go down, isn't it? It's just a. Meanwhile, should we carry on with trans? Apparently, Eddie Izzard. Do you remember when Eddie Izzard was a transvestite? Do you remember that? But now he's a trans woman. Do you have a look at him? Here he is. He's complaining. Well, what's he complaining about? He's complaining because he can't find a partner. He said, I'd like to start dating, but it's complicated with me being a trans woman. A transvestite man. Let's get the language properly. And you see, he was in a long-term relationship with director and producer Sarah Townsend, but gee, I guess she got tired of his shenanigans, because he's looking for the right kind of woman, and the right kind of woman is someone who's gullible and coerced, easily coerced, and will put up with him stumping her dressed like his own mother, isn't it? It's a very niche fetish you got there. Very niche fetish there, Ed. You know, you might wanna, you know, go to the right kind of clubs. Oh dear. I mean, look, women don't mind role play, but it's like I'm stumping your mother. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm cancelled now. I'm cancelled. They've cancelled. I can feel them cancelling me already. And our beloved dictator, Mr. Putin, has condemned the undemocratic election of Liz Truss. Well, yeah, of course, because it's not truly democratic. The only people that get to choose is the members of the Conservative Party. You know, there's the paid-up members who choose her. So, but it's still more democratic than Putin's election. You know, vote for Putin, or we break your legs, comrade. Meanwhile, a super yacht has sunk. Here it is. We love it when a super yacht sinks. It's a 007 super yacht. Look at that. There it is. And it was built by Aegean Yachts in 2006. And then it went a bit upsy daisy. Look, there it went. Way. I wonder if that was owned by a Russian oligarch. Have you noticed? All the Russian oligarchs' super yachts keep sinking for some reason. But yeah, that was near Kelowna Beach, near Kithnos, which is in the, I guess it's in the Aegean Sea, isn't it? There we go. So one of our super yachts is missing. Can't do jokes about that. Can't do jokes about that. Oh, talking about transgender. This is the story of Christian Henson. You don't know him, but you might have heard his music. Christian Henson is the son of Una Stubbs and Nicky Henson. And here he is. And I've kind of followed his career because he had a company called Spitfire Audio, and they do audio plugins for musicians and things. But he got cancelled. He got cancelled yesterday. Oh dear. And what did he do? He tweeted. And what did he tweet? He says, as a parent, I can no longer keep my mouth shut about this. I'm in full support of Graham Linehan and J.K. Rowling. Please look into this. And for that, he's been cancelled. Again, he's BAFTA nominated. He's worked on, Top Gear, Poirot, and currently Inside Number 9. And yeah, oh man, he's been cancelled for being a TERF. And the delicious irony is the video that he's linking to is Graham Lennon's treatise on Stuart Lee, who does this big thing in this comedy special he's got, which I have many problems with, where he talks about cancel culture doesn't exist, and comedians on Netflix make jokes about cancel culture, but they're not being cancelled because they've been paying lots of money to do Netflix specials. But he misses the point of cancel culture. It doesn't work like that. But then he does this great bit about, oh well, comedians, right? Comedians, oh, they say things that, they say, oh, you can't say things anymore. But imagine if they tried to say things they couldn't say. And then he does a skit which lasts, I don't know, about 5 minutes, where, well, again, I can't explain it in lay terms because it's offensive. But he comes across as if he's got a disability. It's very, very ableist, where he gurns and groans, and I was shocked because there's a point where the right ones go right through the other side of the looking glass to the other side and become totally and utterly offensive, and Stuart Lee thinks this is fine. But I'm sitting there watching a guy struggling and gurning and doing all sorts of horrible guttural noises, and I've had a child who is non-verbal. I've seen this up close, and I'm sitting there going, wow, this is what's passing for comedy. He could have done the same gag but done it like Marceau, done it as a mime. Or Norman Collier. You remember Norman Collier when he used to pretend his mic wasn't working? But you see Stuart Lee making these grunting, guttural noises as he gurns and contorts his face, and I'm sitting there going, I could have punched him. I'm not asked him to be cancelled because I used to be a fan, but now, again, this is where they go through. That was the irony. He was commenting. Graham Lennon was commenting about Stuart Lee, talking about cancel culture and how he should hang his head in shame because he's not defended Jerry Sadowitz, who was shut down at the Edinburgh Festival. And and Christian got cancelled. His own company, Spitfire Audio, has kind of sent him on gardening leave. Another one that he's involved in, which does piano samples, has put out a statement wringing their hands and apologising for the hurt because of words. This is the world we're living in now. It's a very strange world. God, they'll cancel me next. Oh my God. They'll cancel me. Can you imagine it? What else have we got? Have we got any other funnies? No, there isn't any. Well, there you go. This is Putin actually sending himself off to sleep during look, everyone's going to sleep. Look, everyone's look, he's like, he's dreaming of successfully invading Ukraine. There we go. Meanwhile, Happy Monday star Bez got married. And he's dressed like a 1970s pimp. Isn't that nice? Good for him. There's a happy ending there. A happy time. Hopefully you have a good time there. Meanwhile, Nick Kyrgios, do you remember him? He said that woman was drunk. Well, he's flipped out at the is it New York Open, the US Open in New York, and boy, does he lose his temper. And his racket that fixed it, and then he starts on an innocent racket. I mean, boy, that's a temper, isn't it? I felt really sorry for that second racket did nothing. It was innocent. It was an innocent victim to the to his temper. Oh boy. Now this is interesting. They've come up with a new test for Parkinson's, and they've been helped by a lady called Joy Milne. This is an incredible story. She noticed her husband, and here she is with her husband, who's been unfortunately diagnosed with Parkinson's. But she noticed at the very early days that he started to smell different. Yeah, she could smell Parkinson's disease, and there's a telltale scent that they give out that she reckons, and it comes from the backs of their necks and their shoulder blades. The sebum, that's the oily substance in the skin, contains 10 compounds that are linked to Parkinson's, and they've identified 500 such compounds, and these include fatty acids called triglycerides and diglycerides, and they've developed a £20 test based on her super smelling ability, which they reckon will be trialled within 2 years. And within 3 minutes, you can just swab someone's neck, the back of their neck, and tell if they've got the onset of Parkinson's. And I just think that's amazing. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, it's going to be a couple of years yet before it becomes publicly available. But what an amazing story! A super smeller. And I'm sure it doesn't come near me. It smells like strained cabbage. That's my aftershave. Meanwhile, up in Scotland, they had a tornado. Okay, is that a tornado, or is somebody having a bonfire? I'll tell you, there was some kilts and sporrans, flung awry in that town. Angus, hold down your sporran, man. That's the Scots. Now this is bonkers. This is in Port Elizabeth, in a cash and carry. Port Elizabeth is in South Africa, and when you see this footage, you're just going to be gobsmacked, because I'm just going to wait for it to come round, and then you can see what happens. A woman just takes a baby out of the. Just takes a baby, out of the trolley at the. This is. It is shocking. The 23-year-old mother and 28-year-old father were completely unaware. Luckily, the woman was arrested before she could get out of the store, along with an alleged accomplice, and they returned the child to the parents, and they claimed, it was just a joke, and but this is the second time it's happened. A similar incident happened a fortnight previously at a store in Alberton near Johannesburg. So yeah, who knows, maybe they're filming it for TikTok videos, or maybe they really are just stealing babies. Who knows what's going on out there. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird out there at the moment. So I'm just trying to find some stories. Meanwhile, Peppa Pig, the children's TV show, has introduced a lesbian family to the show. Penny the polar bear is seen drawing her parents, and she's got two mummies. And there you go. It's nice, isn't it? It's nice. And meanwhile, in Thomas the Tank Engine, they're introducing a new character called Bruno the Brake Car. It's not the good old days. It's actually the cartoon version. There's Bruno the Brake Car, and apparently he's neurodiverse. Yeah, he's been voiced by Elliot Garcia from Reading, who's on the autistic spectrum, and here he is, looking well chuffed with himself. Well done, son. There you go. But I don't know how would a train be neurodiverse? Does he not think he's a train? does he identify as? I think it's great, because it gives autistic kids a voice. But I don't know. I just don't know anymore. And we'll end on an animal story. Or should we do? Or we could do. Let's do some stupid. This is Naoto Kami from Seattle. I think we've seen this person. I think it's I think this person. Yeah, this person has been on. This person identifies as a wolf, though I think it used to be a fella. Look at the hands. It's all in the hands. Yeah, identifies as a wolf. There you go. I think didn't Matt Walsh interview them, and he's a woman documentary. Sure. Meanwhile, I found my new home. This is in Canada. It's a really narrow place. Look how narrow it is. Look, it's that narrow. That's just crazy. Yeah, this is. It's just hit the market. It's in Toronto, and it spans 1,693 square feet. And it's quite unique because I like it because look, you've got a toilet right next to your bed, so you ain't got far to go in the night. Good if your bladder's playing up. You've got a dicky bladder. You can just stagger out, have a wazzle, and then get back in again. Though I don't know about you, a bit close to the wall that, especially in the night, especially if you've got a double jet. Did you ever get a double stream? End up pissing up that wall, couldn't you? Yeah. But yeah, this is very narrow. That's the main theme of this. Very narrow. Look, very narrow. Very small. Look at it. It's galley kitchen, missus. Don't want a galley kitchen. And it's up there for a nice 1.95 million Canadian dollars. Or is it US dollars? I don't know. Could be US dollars. It's funny money. It's not real money, is it? It's not pound sterling, is it? Yeah. So we'll end with our animal story. This is Barnaby Domigan in New Zealand. He was in his back garden, yeah, like you do, and he made an amazing discovery. What did he find? Mind you, this back garden he's got looks absolutely epic. I want to live where he lives. Look at this back garden. Look at that. It's epic. But his discovery is kind of epic too, because he found a giant worm. Look at the size of that. Oh my goodness, what a whopper. I'll tell you, catch some good fish with that one, wouldn't you? Put that on the end of your hook. Yeah, they call it Wormzilla. And yeah, it's just over 1 metre long. But yeah, Barnaby lives in Christchurch. Wanted to keep his unusual discovery, but his mum and dad weren't so keen, so they put it back near the edge of the stream where they found it. But yeah, they've learned there are several species of worm in New Zealand that are capable of growing over 30 centimetres in length, whereas the largest, Spencerella gigantea, can grow to 1.3 metres long. So there you go. Boy with a big worm. Anyone in the chat room? Shall we have a look? Bond is in. Townsend got it right with meet the news boss, same as the old boss. He'll be fine. Harry says, alright Darren, feeling unbearably musically depressed today, with the coffee time is welcome. Hope you're well. Still alive. Chris says, hi guys. Robert Payne says, good afternoon. Neither the polar bears are endangered. We're all in trouble. Payne says, I think the wolves may have a different view of that person's identity. Exactly. Throw him in with the wolves. Let's see what happens. I'm special. So very special. but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was coffee time. I hope I haven't depressed you all too much. It's very weird out there. And I thought I was a weirdo, but I think I might be normal now. Drink it up. Ta-ta.